Good morning. You might be wondering, what shirt is that? We've only seen you in your Castle Wash shirts. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm not like the other pressure washing companies for one main reason. Because I am still in the infancy of developing this company of mine. Still got a part-time job. Had a full-time job. Stuff happened. Whoa, lady. Things happened. Got a part-time job, which I thought would allow me a lot more time to work on my business. And it does to a certain degree. But you still got to be somewhere 5 days a week. But you're only part-time, so you're not there a full day. So you're still getting 10 trips to and from work weekly. But you're making half money. And you think, oh, well, you know, I'm coming into my second year. Things will pick up. And they did for a little while. I'm still out there trying to sell jobs, especially in my own neighborhood I'm driving through right now. But it is still necessary to have a guaranteed dollar coming in. Especially when you have a wife and child that depend on you. Wife can't work. You know, many personal things I won't go into here, but I'm the main breadwinner for my household right now. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, was the first year of pressure washing is pretty dismal. It's a pretty dismal thing. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn that you might not be that good at selling. You learn that you might have RBF. For those of you, if you know what it is, you know what it is. If you don't look it up, you might have it. You might want to get yourself checked out in the mirror. Learn how to fix it. It's all about coming across positive, being sincere to your customers. People can smell fake a mile away, which is why, me personally, I don't really smile or giggle or laugh that much with people I don't know, because that's not who I am. Who I am is somewhat serious dude. I'm very skeptical of strangers, very xenophobic in that way, and you know what? I don't feel any way about it. It's kept me alive and safe for 31 years now, so I see no reason to change. I think people will, over time, appreciate being straightforward with them instead of happy one day and sad one day. That one day you're not sad, you know what I mean? But that one day people catch you off guard, they'll say, man, you're different. You changed. It's like, well, this is actually who I really am. Hope you still like me. You know, I got a friend, Robbie. He's my best friend, and that guy is just genuinely cheerful. He is genuinely excited to meet new people. And I think it's so weird that people go grandpa, go grandpa. If you ever see an old guy doing, you know, short shifting second gear at 7:30 in the morning, that guy's happy. Like, that's a happy dude. Good for him. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, my friend Robbie, he is just a genuinely nice, kind person. And so is his wife. His wife is extremely outgoing, very bubbly personality. Basically, Disney princess in real life. I've known them for almost 12 years now. I've known him for 12 years, known her for 7. And at first I was like, yo, this girl, something's wrong with her. No one's that happy. She is. She has been. Go, grandpa. She has been. She has not really changed. Of course, everyone has bad days, but her norm is a bubbly, overwhelming positive attitude towards everyone around her. Her and him and her have such a positive disposition towards people. So again, what I'm trying to say is, if you're gonna do any sort of service work for yourself, if you're gonna build a business from the ground up, let's say, you know, you get, I'm not gonna talk about getting equipment and stuff like that. I'm gonna talk about getting your foot in people's door mentally so that you are their go-to guy. And I've been very fortunate that there are some people who really appreciate me and the way I work and the work that I do, that I am their guy. I've had multiple callbacks for jobs from people, different jobs, and that's great. That's what every business needs to live. You can't always be having, you know, the bulk of your work from new customers. That'll happen for a while, but eventually you need those reoccurring customers too, because they're cheaper. They already have the expectation, and there's a familiarity there, so where you can, you know, cut the crap and just get to work, make the money, get the check. And it seems so simple, but yeah, it is simple. It's just not necessarily easy. Two different things. If you don't know the difference between those, then you need to really look it up and understand the difference between simple and easy. Simple being, you know, how do you climb Everest? Well, you get your gear and you just go. You just do it. But it's not easy for obvious reasons. Many people have died, you know. Yeah, back to what I was saying about it's really more about understanding yourself and then having to learn how people perceive you. And once they have a good perception of you, even if they like you, you still got to get them to buy. And that's when people will shock you at how little they understand about being a business. Like, they see you as a small guy and they're like, oh, okay, you're cheap. It's like, well, you know, if you can't afford to be cheap, even if you're the only employee, you won't be in business very long. I see it all over this place. There's $99 house washes. What? $125 roof cleanings starting at $125. I'm like, you must be out of your damn mind. You're telling me, I mean, I can't even break it down right now. I get bleach for $2.05 a gallon. I'm gonna use between 8 and 10 gallons. So that right there, 8 times 2, what's that, 16? You're down to $100. Then you gotta pull that trailer or whatever around. You're burning gas. You gotta rinse everything. That's gas on your pressure washer. You're gonna be out there 3-4 hours. Assuming if that's what you're charging, you don't have very good equipment. So you're gonna be there way longer than I would. You're gonna go out of business, but the problem is that you are now training all these people that will call you. You're training them to go for cheap. Now, fortunately for me, I'll be able to get in touch. They'll be able to get in touch with me year after year. You guys, at one point, they're gonna call you and say, "Hey, I want this done again." You'll be like, "Oh, I don't do that anymore." And you know, they probably won't ask why, but it's because you were a cheap bastard and you drove the market down so much. Yeah, it's not retail, guys. We're not trying to move product. We're selling services, and the goal is to keep selling services year after year to the same people. So why would you start cheap? Why would you start cheap? I'm not saying be the most expensive. There are some guys that claim to do that, and that's fine. But in my market that is so heavily saturated, there's so many other factors to a good business than being cheap. That's not one of them. It never has been. Walmart's the cheapest. or it was for a while, but they suck. Because that's their only emphasis. And even though Walmart's cheapest, I don't go there. No one in my family goes to Walmart. The place sucks. Absolutely terrible. But it depends on what you value. Anyway, I won't get into that. So I just wanted to make this quick little video. You got to know yourself. You got to know your customers. You have to train your customers to respect you and your work and your time. That's about as clear and concisely as I can put it. So yeah, I'm kind of liking this blog thing, because normally I will just talk to myself, and I know that sounds crazy, but if you're not talking to yourself, you don't know yourself. I'll be honest with you. Talking to yourself is extremely important. You know why? Because you'll say a lot of crazy stuff, and then you'll be like, you know what, that actually makes sense. The more you can talk something out before you get in front of people, I'm telling you. If you need to practice sales, do it in your car while you're driving. If you need to go over customer objections, do it in your car while you're driving. Nail it down, repeat it over and over and over again. It's a really good tip, I promise you. It's a good thing to do. Here we are in rush hour now. Anyway, Denzel from Castle Wash out, on my way to my part-time job. After that, you'll probably see me again, and I'm gonna try to sell some jobs today. Hopefully one day I can like put you guys in my pocket and you can see how good or bad I am. Maybe give me some tips, because I'm trying to make some money. I got a baby and a wife that I want to treat so good. And there's stuff I want to buy. And I don't want to be broke when I'm 60, so I'm trying to build this now to the point where when I'm 65, I don't have to shop around for an oil change. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of people shop around. Your price goes up $2. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There you go. If you can't afford $2, that is a problem. That is a big problem. And at the risk of being insensitive, like, I can smell those customers a mile away. Tell you what, I'll actually tell you that. I'll tell you that story about that, about why I can smell cheap asses so good now. So I'll get back to you guys in a couple hours. Thanks for watching.